force going vertical. Okay, enough of us talking for about like, what, 40 minutes now. Okay, you guys can go to your computers and play the game. Whoever hits the moon the most number of times at the highest percentage will give that team stickers.
I just shot this last one. Okay, let me try. You messed up my aim. I knew. No.
Oh. The slower you put it, it's gonna arc more and curve down. It's spinning right now. See, I'm trying to hit it, and it still keeps balancing. The gyroscope by itself, it won't. Only use this thing is used on spaceships to stabilize a spacecraft. But you can probably imagine rockets don't have pieces of string, right? So they're using big motors to spin these things as fast as you can. Now, Calvin over here is going to talk about the second game that he programmed.
So you guys know how to launch a rocket now, right? Now we're going to do the landing part. So your job is going to be to land the lander safely onto the white flat area. You guys all see that?
Yeah, awesome.
Alright. I'll tell you the controls at the end. I'm just going to tell you the objectives. Then you're going to deploy a rover. That's going to automatically happen if you land it safely, okay? And then you're going to try to collect the helium-3 gas and the water ice samples.
Awesome, I want to start.
Soon. And then after that, after you collect all that stuff, you're going to drive this rover back to your probe that you landed, right? And then you're going to enter it and then fly away up to the top. Right? You let it go too fast, it's just going to crash and that's like...
Why don't you blow it up?
Huh?
Why don't you blow it up?
Show them to blow it up?
Yeah.
Do not blow it up.
How do you do that?
I've already done that before.
Nice and steady.
It may not look like it's going very fast, but a lot of them.
Yeah. And once you land, it's gonna deploy that rover. You see that? And after you collect everything, you drive it back to your probe. This part, you have to press enter and then use your thrusters to fly away. Because you got your samples and you're headed back to Earth.
There's
multiple ways to land. You could use a parachute, right? So then, so when the probe is falling down from the sky, you can launch a parachute to help it gently go down, right? You guys were having problems with gently floating down, right? Yeah, parachute would help that a lot. And sometimes they even have inflatable bags on the outside of the probe so it can bounce. So like when it enters orbit, it would expand and then it would just bounce on the floor until it finally stops. And then of course there's thrusters, which is what you guys just did, right? Just gently, applying an amount of force so that it slowly, gently glides down. The rover will explore and collect dirt or rock samples from wherever it landed. And then they would collect data like temperature and pictures of like the rocks and terrain there. Here's your rocket. This is what you guys did. You guys used thrusters to try to stabilize it and try to like keep it from falling down too fast. Why bother exploring the moon or space? For resources, for one thing. So helium-3 is a gas that's found in the moon's soil. It's rare and it's valuable for nuclear fusion reactors. This would help with our growing need of energy. You may also find signs of life, aliens, in space. This would change like everything about what we know, you know? Also for colonization, like the Earth is getting really crowded. There's about, almost 7 billion people. Eventually, we're gonna have to move some people out.
You have a risk of dying. And a dome.
Exactly. You have a risk of dying. You definitely have a risk of dying. So? That's why we need to go research. We need to, exactly. We need to go and research. We need to find out how we're going to live. Like, we really haven't really done much there. What was the last thing you guys remember concerning the moon and astronauts?
Neil Armstrong.
Right, and that was like the first thing, right? So I think it's time to remind ourselves that we're still capable. We can still go out into space, we can still go to the moon, we can still do all that, and even better than before.
Okay, so now, if you guys want to try making your own, sort of like your own actual probe to go to the moon and have a rover one day, you can join this. This is where Moonbots comes from. Google Lunar X Prize, and it's made by two different sponsors. Google, you probably heard of them, and then X Prize, which is sort of like a space foundation. If we have, by participating in competitions like X Prize, that means that we don't need the government involvement to do space exploration. And, that's the end of our presentation right over here.